Hello again, it's the 2nd of December, David Mourad here, just with a video stable update of our runners over the past month. It was a quiet month in terms of runners throughout November, but in terms of results it was actually a really good month. So we'll kick things off with Secret Agenda, who was ultra impressive, winning the Group 3 Gucci Stakes at Flemington on the 5th of November, over 1100 metres. Sorry. It was her first try on a rain-affected surface, and she just flew through the ground. She absolutely loved it. We thought she might. She has worked well on it before, but until they do it on race day, you just don't know. So 1100 metres down the straight at Flemington, the field decided to split into two sides, as they do often, and she ended up on the inside group on the fence, settled about 3/4 back in the field. Damien Oliver rode her well. He timed her run perfectly, and she went on to win by close to 3 lengths. So it was a great performance. What really impressed me was that she did that on what was clearly the worst part of the track. The outside fence proved to be the better going, and that was obvious, with most of the field finishing in front of the second horse back on Secret Agenda's side. So basically Secret Agenda beat her field, her side of the field, by nearly 9 lengths, and the majority of the field on the outside fence then came in the placings behind her. So very good result for the owners and us, of course. And Mick, she's now earned herself a good break, and she's in the paddock having a nice spell, and she'll be Mick will be making plans to bring her back and target some nice races in the autumn. So looking forward to her return. Denman Flyer for Michael Costa. He raced recently at Wyong on the 26th of November, over 1000 metres. He ran a decent race to finish 3rd, a little bit slow away from the gates, and then had to do a little bit of work early to get in his usual forward position. He settled outside the leader, and he battled on strong to the line to finish 3rd. Just got beaten by a couple better on the day. Yeah, he needs probably a little bit further. 1100 is probably more his pet distance, and if he draws a little bit of a better gate, he was drawn a little bit outside there, and if he gets a softer run, he's usually pretty hard to run down. So it was a decent effort, and things don't always go your way. You can't win them all, but still pleased with him. Next start's likely to be at Canberra on the 13th of December. Benchmark 60 over 1200 metres, so I'll appreciate a little bit further, tempo a bit slower, and the drop back in grade will suit. Beluti, trained by Mick Price. Good to see him bounce back to form with a really nice solid win at Ballarat on the 21st of November, and that was Ballarat's standalone meeting. That was the Victorian Metropolitan meeting of the day. 1100 metre race. He jumped well, and apprentice Michael D rode him. He rode him well, just settled just outside the leader, and Beluti just proved too strong in the end, and it was another well-deserved win from a consistent horse. It was pretty disappointing the start before, down at Morfettville, where he just got very worked up before the race behind the gates, and just overexerted himself, and that nervous energy kind of took it out of him before the race. So it was nice and relaxed at Ballarat from all reports, and he put his best foot forward on the track. So next start will be at Flemington on the 12th of December, over 1200 metres down the straight. It's an open handicap. It's going to be a pretty strong field, I would imagine. He'll be down in the weights. But he deserves a crack at a race like that, and I'm sure he'll put in 100%. Another starter this month was Vegas Strip for Mick Price. She is the Schnitzel Life of the Party filly we recently syndicated. She had two very impressive jump outs leading into her first race last Saturday at Moonee Valley. She won her first jump out by about 2.5 lengths, and her latest one was about eight lengths or so. Just a speedy filly, jump and run, and she had her first start, as I said, at Moonee Valley last Saturday over 1,000 metres. Unfortunately, she missed the start there. She was a little bit balked by the horse playing up on the inside of her, and she was a bit slow in getting away. She had to settle at the rear of the field. Couldn't really pick them up early as they dashed and jumped well. So Craig Newitt did his best under the circumstances. She had to come around them very wide in the home turn, and then she really let down well to rattle home and finish fourth, beaten just over 2 lengths. It's a massive run, and she showed good ability, which we know she has, and she's actually run home the fastest last 200, 400, 600 and 800 metres. And basically it was just the start that cost her. So she's got a lot to learn. She was still very green, did plenty wrong, and she'll improve a lot off the experience. So we are pressing on. She's pulled up well from the race, and we are aiming her towards the $500,000 Inglis Nursery, the 12th of December at Randwick. So it's over 1,000 metres as well. Looks like she'll probably appreciate a bit further, but that's what's on offer. There's good prize money, and she'll be going there to have her chance there. She needs to do things better. She needs to jump well and relax a bit more and race a bit more generously, and she should have her chance to be in the finish, and hopefully for the owners and for all involved that she can win that. So that's pretty exciting going forward. They were pretty much our runners over the last month. We did have plenty that trialled that will be racing in December. Of those triallers, I thought I'd just mention one that caught my eye, and that was C Sharp. And he's a Sebring 3-year-old gelding trained by Tim Martin. He's had 3 trials this preparation. He keeps improving. His last trial was just over 1,000 metres, and he hit the line nicely with the blinkers on. He's fit. He's in good order. He looks enormous, and he'll be having his first start on the 10th of December at Goulburn. Given an easy assignment first up, just to let him find his feet and get the experience and work through his grades. So I know Tim very happy with him and feels he's going to be very competitive there, so probably one to look out for. Head towards the tip of the month now. Last month's tip in the Melbourne Cup trip to Paris, he ran a decent fourth. He was given every chance, but just ran into a few better on the day, and of course it was great to see Michelle Payne be the first female jockey to win the race. That's good for racing and good for the females in our sport. Other tip, of course, was Secret Agenda, who proved too good in the Gucci Stakes, and she paid as much as $5 on track. I think pretty much $4.60 was the odds that most bookies were offering and most totes were offering. So that was a great result, and she's definitely a horse to follow. This month's tip. Horse named Regimental Force, trained by Gerald Ryan. He's having his first start in race 1 at Randwick this Saturday over 1,000 metres. Very interesting horse. He's by a Golden Slipper winner, Sepoy, out of Magic Millions winner, Regimental Gal. So he's bred for speed, and he showed that in his recent trial at Rosehill, where he won by 9.5 lengths. So he looks a speedy type, ready-made racehorse, and of course race day is different to a trial, but he looked very well. Not sure what odds are about. They're probably not, the markets aren't out just yet, but not sure what you may get for him, but he's one to look out for anyway. So Have a good week and happy punting, and we'll see you next month. Bye.